The Crystal Healing Certification Program is coming soon. Want to know more? For info, free training, and to get on the list, go to crystalhealerschool.com. Hey there, Ashley Levy here with the Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy, and I'm really excited to be coming to you today and talking a little bit about Feng Shui for your healing space or for your office. So with this type of crystal Feng Shui, we incorporate the principles of Feng Shui and the Bagua Map with the energy of healing crystals. And this is really kind of an interesting way to combine these two modalities. So we're taking some of those principles of Feng Shui from the Bagua Map, like the elements and colors and different correspondences from the Bagua, and we're really learning to apply the use of healing crystals to your space. So the concept behind Feng Shui, in case you're unfamiliar with this, is that, by changing and shifting the energy or chi or prana in your space or your environment, it actually influences your life. And I see a couple people are here. So Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. And Nora, hello. Good to see you. So this idea of Feng Shui is that by making these changes in our space and our environment, it affects the flow of energy and enhances our life and different aspects of our life. Now, I have something really cool for you. So in the link in the description of this video, if you click that, it'll take you to this week's blog post and podcast all about this topic, where you can learn more and really kind of go deeper with me. But I also have a little special gift for you, and it's a Crystal Agua Map. So it's pretty cool. It's a Bagua map which follows the traditional principles of Feng Shui, where your space is broken into 9 main areas that correspond to different parts of your life. And each of these areas has different colors associated with it and different elements associated with it. And so I've chosen some crystals, some of my favorite crystals, for these specific spaces and included them on this printable Bagua map. So this is yours. You can go ahead and go over there, grab it, download it, print it out, put it on your desk, put it up on your bulletin board, somewhere where you'll see it. And next time you want to make a small change or shift to the energy in your healing space, you can try doing that according to these principles of Feng Shui. And I see Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy, and Sandra, and Natasha. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. So this is one of my favorite ways to use crystals. It's something that I've really gotten into more and more, and something that I'm always learning more about. And my favorite thing about this is that it's a practice that kind of goes more slowly. So I'm one of those people, I'm always like ready to dig in and get to work with my crystals. I want to meditate with them. I want to use them in elixirs and create grids. And it's all like very, immediately gratifying. But I love crystal Feng Shui because it really causes me to pause and reflect on things and how the energy is shifting in my life or business based on the changes that I make to my space or my environment. So, for example, if you do click the link in the description for the video, it'll take you over to this week's blog post and podcast, and you can see this Feng Shui Bagua map. So this is, like I said, yours to download and print it out, keep it with you, or you can just save it on your computer. But it's a pretty neat tool. So for example, the far back left corner from your main entrance is your wealth and prosperity corner. Now, even if you're not a huge Feng Shui person, you may have heard this before. And the colors for this particular area are red, purple, and blue. So all of those colors correspond to prosperity energy according to Feng Shui principles and the Bagua map. So you can actually place crystals that are red, purple, or blue in this area of your entire business or your entire home, or you can do this just in one particular room. So say you just wanted to enhance the prosperity energy in your office space where you're doing all your beautiful work and creating things. Well, this would be a great place to add these crystals. So then you would go from the main entrance of just that room rather than to your whole home or your whole business. So you can really break this down on, your entire space, or room by room and apply these same principles to one room, which is really kind of interesting. Has this kind of layered energetic effect that I find to be pretty useful. So say you wanted to introduce this color energy associated with wealth and prosperity to this particular area of your home, you can do that by adding red, purple, or blue crystals. And I particularly like using purple for this because it's combining the red and the blue energy frequencies together. So crystals like amethyst and charoite are perfect for this. Now you can also introduce crystals this way based on the elements that correspond to that area. So you can see if you grab that free Crystal Agua Map that the elements for this area are fire and wood. So you could use some fire crystals like ruby or fire opal, or some wood element crystals like petrified wood or smoky quartz to really bring those energies into the space as well. And that will help bring prosperity, because for prosperity, you need fire energy, which is motivation and drive and perseverance and that kind of thing, with wood energy, which is about the physical. It's about grounding it into something tangible. So you can see how both these elements kind of influence this aspect of your life, and according to the principles of Feng Shui, also of your space. So the third way to kind of choose crystals for the space is just based on the general concept of the space itself. So for this particular area, we're talking about wealth and prosperity. So you might also want to just incorporate stones that are connected to those concepts or ideas, like citrine, the merchant stone, or pyrite or jade, both of which are known for bringing wealth and prosperity into the space. So let me ask you this. What do you guys think about that? Have you ever used crystals according to Feng Shui before? If this is this something you've ever considered doing? How familiar are you with Feng Shui, and have you ever incorporated any of its principles, either into your business or your healing arts room, or even just in your home? So for me, for example, in my home, the far back left corner actually has a door. So that's not super great in terms of Feng Shui principles, because that door lets a lot of prosperity energy out. And so I've created a Feng Shui remedy by taking a little red pouch, because red is strongly connected with prosperity energy, and I filled it with citrine crystals. And actually I was really particular about this. I actually put 8 citrine crystals inside of this, because 8 is, if you turn it on its side, it's the infinity symbol. It's about infinite abundance and prosperity. So I've also incorporated a little bit of numerology into my approach for my Feng Shui cure. So I've hung this just on the doorknob right by that back door to help keep that chi or flow of energy in the space, to really solidify the prosperity energy in that area and not let it whoosh out of the door. So it's really about anchoring that into the space. Now, some of you may have seen on Instagram a few weeks ago, I posted a picture of some blue tiger's eye that I had in my bathroom. And my bathroom in my home is kind of partway between my fame and reputation section and my love and marriage section. So tiger's eye is a really great stone to incorporate in your fame and reputation section. So this is one that I've chosen to incorporate. And I went a little non-traditional, and I chose blue rather than red, which would be a little bit more traditional. Because I like some of the other properties that were associated with it in terms of cleansing in the bathroom and that sort of thing. And Nora says, yeah, Feng Shui is amazing. Nora's used Feng Shui. How about any of the rest of you? Is this something you're curious about, but maybe you haven't branched into it yet? I really would just love to know what your experience is. If this is something new to you, definitely click the description in this video and go and read the blog post for this week, all about Crystal Feng Shui. Learn a little bit more about it, because it is something that can be really life-changing. And Natasha says, never used it before, but really like to learn to use Feng Shui crystals. Natasha, this would be a great blog. It's a good introduction. And there's a podcast to go along with it where I kind of talk about some of my favorite stones for each of the 9 different areas of the Bagua and some ideas for how to use them. This is something that, like I said, I'm definitely not an expert in, but I see myself incorporating more and more into my space. And it's something that I really enjoy, because, it's about making those small changes, kind of sitting back to watch and see how things shift and change in your life, and then making another small change and just kind of tweaking and growing as you go. So for example, for me in my wealth and prosperity corner, as soon as I put my little Feng Shui cure up, I noticed a big difference even just over the few weeks that followed. And for me, I felt like that was fantastic, and everything really seemed to solidify and stabilize, and I felt really good about it. So I actually didn't make any more changes in that area. Now, if I felt like there was maybe a problem in that area of my life, then I would want to look at, reconsidering my approach to that space. But because that's been pretty good, that Feng Shui cure for me is working well. And so I just have to treat those crystals like any other crystals in my space, make sure that I'm cleansing them regularly and that sort of thing. But in general, once you feel really happy with how things have kind of settled in that area of your life, there's no need to really continue to make changes. You've created that balance. So until something else shifts, you can kind of leave it be. But if there's an area that you want to continue to work on, then make those little adjustments. So it's something that I really enjoy, because it's about, some inner reflection, a little bit of soul searching, getting really honest with yourself about how things are in the different parts of your life, and then being proactive about changing that energy. And just the act of placing these crystals in my space, I feel like really helps you kind of acknowledge and take charge of that part of your life, and make a conscious shift as well as an energetic shift. So I think they work really well together. And Anita says, yeah, we use citrine in our business's prosperity corner. Did not know about using red, purple, and blue colors. Thank you. You're so welcome, Anita. Citrine is a great stone to use in that area, but you might want to, if you're feeling like things are good, then like I said, leave it alone. But if you feel like, hey, I could use a little bit more of a boost here, then maybe try incorporating some amethyst or some charoite, or one of those stones based on the elements like the fire opal or the petrified wood. Those would both be really good too. So if you want to know more about crystal feng shui, how this all works, then definitely click the link in the video description, hop over to the blog, give it a read through, listen to that podcast, and of course, while you're there, grab your free gift, which is the Crystal Agua Map. Go ahead and download that, print it out. I think you'll find it to be really helpful. It's just a nice one-page chart that summarizes kind of everything that you need to know, and has some really beautiful crystal pictures as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this little talk, kind of impromptu, all about crystal feng shui. Definitely go check out that blog. And until next time, I'm Ashley Levy of the Love and Light School. Crystal blessings. The Crystal Healing Certification Program is coming soon. Want to know more? For info, free training, and to get on the list, go to crystalhealerschool.com.